Wonderhussy here. Well, today I'm at Burning Man, if you know what that is. It's a big kind of arts festival, hippie arts festival up in the desert north of Reno, a couple hours north of Reno on this huge, vast dry lake bed. You can see down here, it was a playa, like a perfectly cracked playa, but there's 80,000 people here. And they're all riding their bikes and their little motorized scooters, driving their cars and stuff around on it. So it churns up the surface of it and turns it into this very fine powdery dust that then in turn blows all over into your nose, into your face, onto your eyebrows, everywhere. So everybody here is completely covered in dust. It's kind of the signature aesthetic of Burning Man. It's actually a really cool festival. Even though people like to bag on it now, I guess it's not as cool as it used to be. Now they say there's just a lot of ravers and partiers. It's not as many artists as it used to be. It's still interesting. This is my 9th time coming, nine years in a row. And it's not as exciting to me as it once was. And honestly, yes, I am kind of starting to see the cracks in the paint. I still find it worthwhile to come out here just because of all the bizarre art and all the weirdos that you meet out here. Okay, so what's the big deal about Burning Man? Why have you heard about it, and why is everybody trying to get tickets? Like I said, there's 80,000 people here. The tickets sell out in like 3 hours every year. People are nuts to go to this thing. And why? You're in the middle of this harsh desert. You're completely on your own. There's no water. There's no facilities of any kind. There's just porta potties. But you have to truck everything in that you need and truck everything out. Why are people so nutty to come here? Why would they spend $500 for a ticket and go through all these jump through all these hoops to acquire that ticket? Well, it's supposedly for the art, okay? So what you do when you're up here is you basically ride around this dry lake bed, and you can see kind of all these blobby shapes around. They're all art pieces, okay? And some of them is really cool art. I mean, it's all really cool art in its own way, right? Who am I to judge? But, you know, stuff like this. It's this big, dusty flower, I guess. Sorry about the sun. I think it's a flower. I think at night this one is probably wired to either light up or shoot propane or something. A lot of this art is best meant to be enjoyed at night and on drugs. Let's be real. I mean, there's like 50 million sheriffs and BLM officers out here looking to arrest people for being on drugs. How is this any surprise, man? Everybody here is high as a kite. I mean, who else would build a giant bus with a face on it? Look at me. I think this outfit that I'm wearing, these glasses are probable cause to search me, okay? But anyways, the art is ostensibly why people come up here. This is one such art piece, and I'll ride around and try to show you some more. Okay, the only way you can really get around up here is by riding a bike. You're not allowed to drive a car unless it's like a specially tricked out art car, which costs, you know, tens of thousands of dollars. So for most people, riding a good old-fashioned bike is the way you get around up here. Just kind of ride over the desert, boop, and go check out all the crazy art installations and camps and stuff. But you can see around me, there are certain little art cars out here. I mean, like, I don't know if you can see here in the distance, there's a little, looks like a panda head art car. I know art is very loosely used in a lot of situations, this being one of them, but it took them a lot of time to make that panda head, right? Look. That nose, look at that thing. It's actually a pretty impressive work of art. If you go back to the history of Burning Man, like how the festival itself actually started, it started in San Francisco about 30 years ago. Some guy had a breakup with a girlfriend, I don't know, long story, there's different versions of it, but he just wanted to burn an effigy of a man to sort of start over and like signify a new start. So he built this little wooden, I guess, man-shaped effigy and burned that on a bonfire on Baker Beach in San Francisco in 1985. That's how Burning Man started. To this day, here it is 30 years later and 80,000 people more. They still build a man every year. You can see it here behind me. And that's kind of like the culmination of the event. They burn this man on Saturday night. Everybody goes nuts. Woo! Look, you can see there's a dust storm blowing in. This is what I was talking about when that playa gets all churned up. Dust just blows, and sometimes it can create whiteout conditions where you can't even see where you're going. Right now it's not so bad. Anyways, let's go check out the man. I'll show you what the man looks like up close. Okay, this year it's a 2-story man. You can walk up the stairs to the top story and look at him, or you can just walk in the bottom floor and look at him. Let's walk in the bottom. Oh, that music is coming from these automated gongs. That's cool. They're automatic. Constantly playing. So creepy. It's like robot gongs. I love it. Oh, this probably looks really cool at night when these tea lights are lit up. Wow, look at these shrines outside the man. They're pretty cool. They built all these little kind of like shrines right out in front of the 2-story structure that houses the man. And cool, look at this one. The Jello molds on it. Oh, look at this one's a Pillsbury Doughboy. Yikes. Okay, we don't actually need to go in the 2nd story of that man. Same thing from up above. You get the idea. Okay, here's another piece of artwork here. It looks like some kind of Native American woman with a peace sign raised. She's holding a drum. So then there's this thing. Looks like a pyramid made out of boxes. Let's ride up close and check that out. Oh, far out. Look, it's like pictures and movie posters and all kinds of stuff. Weird. Oh, wow, look, it's like somebody's mom's wedding picture. Wow. This is what I love about Burning Man is even if it's corny and it's a bunch of drunk frat people, then there's like cool stuff like this. Like, what is this? Pictures. And then there's that. Oh wow, far out. I don't know if you can see that kite way up in the sky, but look at that giant freaking squid kite. That's huge. It's pretty cool. Okay, now let's ride towards this building. This is the temple. In addition to building the man every year that they burn at the end of the week, the day after the man, they burn this temple. And that's even more of a emotional experience, I guess, hippie sort of catharsis. Because all week long, people go into this temple and write things on it, memories, messages to people who died in the previous year, people they've lost. And at the end of the week, the day after they burn the man, which is Saturday night, on Sunday night, anybody who's still here can come watch them burn this temple. And it's a totally different thing. It's not a party. It's more of a kind of spiritual experience. Everyone's all quiet. Anyway, let's go in the temple and look at some of the things people have written. Oh, look how sweet. It's this guy's dad. So awesome. All these little messages. This guy looks like he jumped off the Golden Gate Bridge. It's terrible. Man, I love looking at all these memorials, but this is kind of a downer. Let's get out of here. Look at this place. You come here and you order a hug, any kind of hug you want. Warm and fuzzy hug, bear hug, gangsta hug, all kind of hugs. Okay, here's one of my absolute favorite art cars I've seen this year. It's the taxi from Roger Rabbit. I just think they did such an amazing job on this car, and I was talking to the guy who built it yesterday. Super nice guy. Look, even the upholstery is beautiful. It's made out of fiberglass. I think it's on a golf cart chassis. You can see inside how they do it. All it was an old-fashioned golf cart. But look at this sweet upholstery job. I mean, this car would be so much fun to drive around the playa. I love it. Oh, and it has one of those old horns too that goes Aruga. It's really cute. All right. ridden my bike around enough for now. I'm gonna go back to camp and see if dinner's ready. And when I get back to camp, I can show you all about how it works to camp out here. Okay, so if you come up to Burning Man, where do you stay? Well, most people just stay in RVs or tents or some kind of yurt or shift pod or some kind of building they can build. I got this friggin' vintage trailer that I stay in. I mean, I keep this thing literally just pretty much so I can use it at Burning Man. I tow it up everywhere with my rig here. But 1,700 pounds worth of crap. No air conditioning, but I do have a fan plugged in because I'm on power here at my camp. Also, I don't have to sleep in a tent. Is it worth towing 2,000 pounds worth of crap up so I can sleep in a bed? I'm not so sure. But like I said, I am at least hooked up to a grid, which is cool because there's no power here or running water. You have to bring everything yourself. I happen to be camped with, this is actually part of a big camp called Sunset Lounge, and they provide power. I had to pay $300 to camp with them. Or for that price, I get power and meals and certain things. But I had to bring all my water up for the week. It's for bathing, for drinking, for everything. And then I had to set up shade to sort of try and protect me during the heat of the day. Because especially this year, it's been super hot, over 100 degrees every day. So you really do, you have to bring everything you need yourself. And you can see how these other camps have done the same thing. Like, these guys brought a bus. These people down here have one of those carport tents. Everybody's got to have shade and shelter because it's, you saw out there earlier, it is windy, dusty, hot, very unforgiving environment. Nighttime is the right time. Once the sun goes down, it's not so friggin' hot anymore. You can enjoy yourself more out here. Everyth's lit up at night. I love this. It's like an old-fashioned TV set. A car made to look like an old TV set. How cute. Here's the Playa Penetrator. This is my favorite art car. Go for a ride on it.
Can you dig it? Can you dig it? Can you dig it?
I think it was built on a UPS truck chassis. Look, and meanwhile, there comes the police cruising through. The Rangers are everywhere. Like, you tell me this is like shooting fish in a barrel. I guarantee every person here is baked out of their brains on drugs. What are you guys looking for? Come on. I mean, hello. I think this helmet is probable cause. So cute. It's a bike pedicab shaped like a cowboy hat. Look, there is actually a hospital, or there's little medical outposts located throughout Burning Man, like 3 or 4 of them. And in case you get injured or driving a drug freak out, and they'll airlift you to the hospital in Reno if they have to. But they can treat a lot of stuff there. This camp is really cool. It's called Miso Horny. But they serve miso soup every night. Everybody going to get delicious miso soup. They serve miso soup and sake all night. Yum, it's so good. Believe it or not, this is actually where I'm camping, this little camp. My trailer is way in the back of camp though, away from all this craziness. Okay, here's a great example of how much effort people put into these things. This camp is called, it looks like Eco Trip is the name over there. It's like this huge friggin' circus tent. You got a DJ booth, dance floor, all these crazy lamps that they've collected from who knows where and hung up, wired for electric way out here in the middle of nowhere. It's crazy. Okay, now it's another night, another outfit, and I'm over by the center camp, which is this huge tent they put up in the middle of Burning Man, sort of like a central gathering place, and you're not supposed to be able to buy or sell anything here except for ice and coffee. They have a coffee shop in here. It's really loud in there right now because this metal band is playing, but I'll shoot some videos so you can see what I'm talking about. Wow, man, what a crazy place to just kind of hang out and people watch. Okay, so one of the reasons that the conditions out here are so harsh and dry for your skin is that the ground is made out of this kind of like alkaline dust. You know those crazy dust clouds you see everywhere? Well, it's very alkaline, right? So it's, I guess, caustic or harsh on your skin. Watch what happens when you pour this vinegar on it. Yikes. So a lot of people will wash their feet with a vinegar solution because supposedly it counteracts the alkalinity of the playa dust. Okay, now I'm out here at the airport. There's actually an airport on the playa where you can fly your little plane in and skip all the lines if you're super cool. It's crazy. All these pilots camp out here next to their planes. They just have a little tent in an airplane. The reason I'm here is I ran into a really cool pilot yesterday at a performance I did, and he invited me to go for a flight. Okay, I had to be at the airport at 9 o'clock in the morning, which sucked, but it should be really cool to fly over the playa. Man, from up here you can really see how remote this is. Alright, it's Saturday morning and the people are already packing to leave. I mean, tonight's the night when they burn the man that Burning Man is named after, right? So that's like the biggest party of the whole week, but people still pack up and leave before it just to avoid traffic. If you think about it, there's 80,000 people trying to leave here via one road, and it gets very congested traffic. It can take like 10 hours to get just off of this dry lake bed back onto the pavement. So a lot of people will try to skip the crowds. Sometimes people just pack their stuff up, stay to watch the man burn, and then leave right after that. But a lot of people will just leave before the man even burns because it's kind of a, I mean, it's the biggest party of the week, but it's also kind of like an amateur hour. You know, everyone's like, rah, rah, like everybody's totally screwed up, and it's kind of overwhelming, and I don't know, I can see leaving before it for sure. But I'm gonna stay because, you know me, I'm thorough. Plus I gotta stay to help a friend pack up a project, so I'll be here for another 3 days. Okay, so Burning Man is known for all this beautiful art, beautiful people, beautiful music, beautiful vibes. There's one thing about it that is absolutely not beautiful in the least. In fact, it's one of the most unspeakably fetid, foul experiences I've ever had, and that's the bathrooms. So there's porta potties here, right? There's no facilities, and we're in the middle of a desert, right? There's nothing. It's just a big dry lake bed. So they truck in all these porta potties. And they bring in a lot of porta potties. There's banks of porta potties on, you know, all the major intersections. But the people get so wasted here, drink and drug so much, and people in general are just kind of slobs, I guess, that these things become unspeakable. Now this is going to be really gross, but I'm going to the potty to take a pee, and I'm going to bring this camera inside with me and show you what I'm talking about. Now this bathroom that we're going to here is one of the worst because it's right across from this dance camp called District that attracts like crowds of like 1,000 people, and they get all wasted dancing in the sun, and then they go to the potty all wasted and just make a disastrous mess inside. Let's check it out, guys. Are you ready for this? It's gonna be the grossest thing you've ever seen. I'm just warning you right now. Oh, that one's pretty gross. It's got pee on the seat. I'm not gonna go in there. Try this one. Let's see what's behind door number 2. Ugh, that one's also got pee on the seat. Yuck. Got my standards. 3rd time's the charm, guys. Hey, no pee on the seat here. Still pretty gross though, you see what I mean? I wish I was a guy, I could at least use the urinal, but instead I gotta use this disgusting thing. Ugh, so nasty. And the worst thing is, people leave garbage in here, you know? Like, there's no trash cans here, you're responsible for leaving no trace. You're supposed to, you know, pack all all your trash out with you. There's no garbage cans here. Like I said, there's no facilities, no services. So these people that leave beer bottles in here are just rude and lame. Ugh, that was horrible. That's really the worst part of coming to this event, especially at night when it's dark and you can't really see. I mean, and then the more wasted people get at night, the worse those things get. Ugh. Believe it or not, that was actually a pretty pleasant experience. Okay, now it's the actual night when they burn the man, okay? So in honor of this momentous occasion, Saturday night, the night they burned the man, I put on my flame goddess outfit that I made. It's goofy, but it's fun. But this is actually a really good opportunity to check out some of the mutant vehicles, art cars, because they all gather around the man there, which they're about to burn in a couple hours. So we can just kind of cruise around and check out some of the cars. Watch. Look at this giant marionette. This thing is out of control. It's not really a mutant vehicle car, an art car. It's just a giant friggin' marionette on a crane, and you can control it. Look at how amazing this is. I mean, the money and the talent and the ingenuity and the hours of work that go into these things. Look at this woolly mammoth. This is a bicycle. It's powered by people. This giant cookie monster, huh? Here's like a little New York City skyline. That's cute. Look at this. I don't know what it is, but it's badass. It's sort of like a Art Deco snail, I guess. And then of course a little Conestoga wagon. Giant sheep. Oh, look, here's some of my friends from Las Vegas. They have this fish up ahead. It's called Sebastian. It's like a goldfish. Look how cool. This is awesome. A horse. I love. Oh my God, it's a horse-drawn carriage. I need this for my Marie Antoinette outfit. That is sick. Like pretty much chaos out here. So, the amount of batteries and cheap plastic junk here is astronomical. Alright, I got carried away partying last night, so I didn't shoot any footage of the man actually burning. But basically, they just light it on fire, a bunch of fireworks come out, it burns down, everybody, woo, parties. It was fun. Now, tonight is Sunday. A lot of people left right after the man burned, or even before the man burned. Even more people left this morning, so you can really see where it's emptying out here. But they're about to burn the temple, which is a totally different experience. Like where the man burn is a big party, wow, everybody, blah, blah, blah. The temple burn is more of a quiet, spiritual, reflective thing. People cry, they take it very seriously. So it's kind of a downer, but it's a beautiful evening, so I want to ride out and check it out on our camp art car, the Playa Penetrator. Now I know I tried to show it the other night, but it was real dark. You couldn't see the design as well, so I'll show you in the daytime. I don't know, something about this car is just really cool to me. The design, the lines, it's got different areas. It's got a couch on the back, couches on the side, loft up top. Driver's seat is on the very, very tippy top there. My favorite part about it though is this swing. Look at this. This is the best seat on the entire playa. Especially at night, if you sit in that swing with blankets, you're all cozy, and you're in the front. This is the front of the vehicle. It's like being pushed around in a giant baby stroller. It's so nice. Beautiful car. Love it. Playa Penetrator, because it penetrates deep playa. Yay! Oh, finally I get to ride in the swing on the Penetrator. Riding out to watch the temple burn in that wonderful swing. Heading out to the temple burn in this sort of hazy dusk at twilight, full moon. It's very spooky, very somber. People are very somber. It's not a party mood. It's more of a dirge-like mood. And part of that is probably just that people are exhausted from all the shenanigans of the week. But part of it is also, you know, it's kind of a somber affair. There's the temple burning. You can hear it's pretty quiet. No music playing, no cheering, no hooting, no hollering like last night. Everybody's especially somber at this burn because apparently somebody ran into the flames of the Burning Man last night and killed himself. And apparently somebody actually hanged himself in this temple earlier in the week. Somebody who worked for the Burning Man organization. Really sad. And then a third person actually died by jumping off of another art piece. So it's kind of a extra somber burn this year, I guess, with extra security. Okay, this is the last night of Burning Man. I spent all day packing out my camp, cleaning up my friend's art project with him, and I'm filthy and exhausted, but everything's packed up, ready to roll out in the morning. But before we leave, there's one more thing to do, and that's go to this amazing propane party. This is where everybody goes on the last day of Burning Man to burn up all their unused propane. So let's go see what is going on. Wow, look at this chandelier. That is amazing.
Yeah, we got it all filmed for tonight.
Hi-oh. This is a pyro's wet dream, this party. Upside down fire. All right, everything has been packed up and I am ready to get the heck out of here. Until next year.